Hey guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Welcome to my GW25 preview video. Today I'm gonna give you guys my transfer plans and opinions about possible good options for GW25 and beyond, and also I'm gonna share with you my new plan when it comes to blank GW28 and 29 team. So before we start with Gaming 25, let's quickly see where the team is at as always. So thank you for watching, I appreciate the support. So Gaming 24 was an extremely average gaming for me. I only ended up on only 52 points, and it's a first red arrow in a very long time for my team. So unfortunately is a small red arrow, so I'm not too worried about it. It's only 1000 places down from 3800 to 4800, so I'm still in the top 5k. So it was gonna happen sooner or later. I was never going to just have green arrows week after week, and for this week it was the captaincy that ruined my game week. It was my last minute decision to change the captaincy from Rashford to Haaland that was the decisive factor this week. So if you watched the previous video, I talked about the Rashford captaincy. I talked about how Rashford was the better option in my opinion for that game week, and the fact that he was playing Leicester at home. He's in an amazing form. He's a midfielder as well, so he gets lots more points for goals and things like that. And basically the thing that made me change my mind was the team news on Friday. So there were team news about Nottingham Forest and the fact that their two starting center backs are both injured and out of this game. So I basically thought Haaland playing against Nottingham Forest third and fourth center back pair, it looked way too good to ignore. And judging by the fact that he scored a hat-trick in the first game against Nottingham Forest, I thought surely when it comes to this game, once again playing against third and fourth choice center backs, he would have loads and loads of chances, but that wasn't the case and he blanked in this game week. So shout out to all of the Rashford captainers. You are the real winners of this game week, and congrats on your green arrows. Unfortunately for me, I went against my gut feeling and didn't stick to the Rashford captaincy. But like I said, you can't expect to have all the correct decisions all the time. So yeah, we move on to game 25 and let's see if I can change the momentum and start getting some green arrows once again. Now here is how my team looks for gaming 25. This is the best team for now. On my bench I have Rashford, Trippier and Mitoma at the moment. So Mitoma, like I said, I'm going to keep for this game week because he will have a double game week 27, so he will be a good asset for that game week. Rashford, obviously I will keep. There is no reason to transfer out Rashford. He is in the form of his life, and currently I'm deciding whether to keep Trippier or maybe Luke Shaw. I will keep one of them for sure, but I'm deciding which one to keep. At first I thought that I would transfer out Luke Shaw and keep Trippier, but now I'm tempted to switch that around, considering Man United look slightly better defensively. Newcastle are in a little bit of a crisis and they started conceding goals every game, and they both blank in this game week. Now I might go for a transfer out on Trippier if I have to do it to fund some moves that I want for this game week. He is a more expensive player than Luke Shaw, so that's why one decision that I have to make for this game week. The rest of the team has some potential problems, players like Patterson, I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. He is back from injury. He played a game with the under 21s, but Coleman seems to be playing good at the moment. He scored their winner last game, so I'm not sure he's going to be dropped for Patterson at the moment. Like, long term, yes, I expect Patterson to be their starting player in that position, but maybe not for Gaming 25. Maybe for this game week I can hope that he will play one of the two fixtures, but once again that will probably be Arsenal away and not Aston Villa at home, so that's one problem for my team. Rico Lewis, again, I was hoping to play him this week, and I am still hoping. We will see what happens in the Europe games. Man City play a game against Leipzig tomorrow or Thursday or Wednesday, I believe, so I will see what will happen in that game. If Kyle Walker plays once again, I will be tempted to keep Rico Lewis and hope that Kyle Walker will get arrested after starting loads of games recently. So here are some of my transfer plans for this game week. I already have 3 Arsenal players and I will keep them. Unfortunately, I am not happy with having Ben White or Nketiah, but I can't really change that for this game week because it would mean loads and loads of hits for my team, so I would have to do like a minus 12 or minus 16 for that. So I'm not looking to transfer them out, and as probably all of you are thinking, I'm trying to fit in some Liverpool players in my team. Now the decision is which players are going to be the ones that I will go for. So I'm thinking one defender and either one midfielder and one striker, or 2 midfielders is the way to go. So if I transfer out Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes, I can get in some Liverpool players in their places. So maybe Trent, he seems to be the best option. Recently he's found his form attacking wise, so if I can afford him, he will be the one that I will go for. And then in the midfield position, I could potentially go for Cody Gakpo, who also is in a bit of form recently, so I could go for him. Now the interesting thing about this game week is going to be whether or not it's worth getting Mohamed Salah. So if I transfer out De Bruyne as well, I can go for Salah as the third Liverpool option. As you can see here, I can't afford these 3 moves this way, but I can easily switch from Luke Shaw to Trippier and afford it that way, or I can also possibly transfer out Kai Havertz, who is definitely not a good pick at this time. It's becoming very obvious, and I could go for maybe a Watkins from Aston Villa, and as the third striker. He is in an amazing form and he has a great fixtures coming up in the next couple game weeks, so I could get him. I could also go for a Leicester player. I am tempted by getting one Leicester attacker for the next couple of game weeks. That player could be either Iheanacho in the attacking spot, or maybe someone like Harry Barnes in the midfield, depending on who I decide to go for. So Leicester, they play Arsenal this week, and maybe here it looks like a hard fixture, but I don't think that that's a very hard fixture. I think Leicester will easily score 2, possibly even 3 goals against Arsenal. Arsenal don't look that great defensively at the moment. Then they play Southampton away and Chelsea at home, who are another team that's in trouble. So I'm tempted to go for a Leicester differential. Yes, they didn't score a goal against Man United, but they were super unlucky, and David De Gea had an amazing game and got loads of lots of great saves. The the other two games before that, they scored loads of goals, 4 against Spurs and 4 against Aston Villa. So I'm tempted to go for one of Ihe Nacho maybe, or Harvey Barnes, like I said, in the midfield instead of Gakpo, and get in Darwin Núñez or some other striker from Liverpool instead. So this is a -8 hit, and I think this is very likely for me to do. Let me just see if I can afford this or not. So this would be a -8. I'm still a little bit off, but I could either downgrade Trent to Robertson, or once again I could keep Luke Shaw and transfer out Trippier instead, and this way I can afford these transfers. So these are my transfer thoughts for this game week. I'm looking at 3 Liverpool players and then 1 possibly Leicester player or Oli Watkins maybe. Now I could also get an extra Everton defender as well, someone like Tarkovsky, but that puts me in a huge hit points, so I'm not really looking at a -12 or -16, something like that for this game week, mostly because my rank is great at the moment. I'm happy with it, so I don't wanna take way too big of a risk to do that. So I will most likely do a -4 or a -8 for this game week, but it's gonna come down to the Champions League games. So I'm waiting for Darwin Núñez fitness news. Also, I'm curious who will start for Liverpool if he is injured, and also I will look for the Man City team news as well to decide what should I do with Rico Lewis as well. So that's the thing I'm waiting for at the moment. Also, just a quick update. I think I decided that for blank game week 28 I'm going to use my wildcard for this game week. Unfortunately, I don't have a free hit, so I will have to make like a hybrid wildcard that will have 11 starting players for game week 28, and also will have some double game week players for game week 29 as well. So there are a couple of teams that have a game week in 28 and also a double game week in 29. So teams like Chelsea, for example, they will very likely have a double game week in 29 and they play Everton in this week. Also maybe Liverpool against Fulham, that one could also happen as well, and teams like Aston Villa also. So that's my plan. I will most likely wildcard in 28, and it's going to be an interesting game week. I will have a very different team than most of people, so I'm excited to see what happens then. Now, yeah, that's my plan for game week 25. Also, that's the plan for blank game week 28 as well. And I will wait for the Champions League games. I will see what happens for Liverpool, for Man United also, who will play against Barcelona this week, and Man City, and then I will decide my transfers for game week 25. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video for game week 25.